So you had the train game to go over and watch the demo back. You had the train game to go over, watch back, and see what you did wrong. Overpass is another map where it's so difficult to play well as a team on the T side, but uFrag don't have the luxury of a whole demo to watch back, so we'll see what they can show. Hopefully, it's as good as it was last map.
So this one's going to have to be about them being prepped beforehand instead of being able to have like a little bit of a...
Not just prepped, but the thing is, like, okay, Overpass T side is very much about team side. And yesterday, uFrag didn't show that in their T side and train, but they did today. But they played a whole train game yesterday, and they had that experience, they had that demo to go over. Question is, fresh on the board, fresh on Overpass, will they carry it through?
Well, that remains to be seen. First up, we are going to be having them picking the side. So we're, I'm assuming, going to be able to see them on CT to start things off.
Yeah, pretty standard. Getting the CT side when you win the knife. Just a much more comfortable side to start off with. T side Overpass is quite difficult. Thing is though, what sort of pistol, CT pistol, will we see from uFrag? Actually, this is one of the maps where the CT pistol, you have a lot to choose from. It's not like where you just do on cash, we go 2-1-2, or something like you play more passive. One popular setup would be like 3 people pushing B short, 2 people pushing connector. If you see no one connector, if you see no one B short as well, you know it's A. If you see those players in connector, you pinch them, you kill them. If you see the players B short, vice versa, you pinch them, kill them. So, actually looking like a pretty actually very, very passive play towards the A side on this pistol, and actually the boost on B trying to catch those players out. And this is really smart. The boost B, if they end up going B, the boost B, they won't expect that player at barrels. So, wherever that is, I believe that's Hype playing barrels if he's just crouched looking forward, but regardless, it's 5 players towards the A side, so they don't even care about B. Actually, such a passive play coming out from uFrag on A.
Yeah, they give a lot of room to CeX to work with, and these guys obviously going to be trying to take full advantage, but Adam going to be taking advantage of something else. Flash goes out, catches a couple of guys, 1 frag going to be coming from it. I thought it was going to be 2, but Thomas instead manages to find the refrag, as well as Pommy on the side, and that means it is going to be a 3v4 retake for uFrag. Not even that, as Smooya goes through and picks up 2. The third comes as well. A beautiful 3K from him there to close that one out, and just what decimation to come in that fast.
So, I really like the B setup from uFrag there, having the boost towards Hell, and that allows the player that's barrels to be pretty much unsuspected and allowing to get a few free kills. The problem is, when you play so passive on A, if they do come A, you're like, oh, they're coming A, they're at A short already, rotate. I mean, you're going to be rotating from CT. So what happened there was you had 4 players rotating from CT, and they all just go down to the same player, Smooya. I mean, you've got to have a flank there. You've got to have some presence towards the map.
Basically, they should be keeping a little bit more of an eye out.
Or just push, not push mid, but spot mid and get information. I mean, regardless if they wouldn't be, it could have been a completely different story. But full eco now coming out from uFrag. We're pretty much expecting this now. They love having the Molotovs and the nades. They don't like taking chances, but Hype actually gets that first entry onto Cinder.
Yeah, Hype taking a chance there at least, manages to find himself one, but at the same time, the rest of his team not really going to be in a position to stop CeX on the push. Yep. Everybody down towards B. They choose right, they decide to go A, and it means that they should be able to get that bomb down without too many issues. As well as that, they've got utility to throw away, obviously winning that last round, so we are just going to be seeing them dropping the smokes, falling back, jumping into those after plants, and just trying to mow down everybody with the pistols as they come through.
But I feel like the pistols are so good on Overpass. If you can get those 5-7 and armors into connector, or maybe even be short into somewhere close range, you get a lot of frags, and 2 players go down. Pommy on the flank as well. They can take a few more guns out of this T side.
Yeah, look at Pommy at the moment. Brody C just completely unaware, so he is going to be able to pick up 1. Smooya finally notices what's going on, and well, as he finds that frag, I think Claw realizes that he wants to be taking the P90 into the next round, decides instead, I'm going to fall off. You know, I don't want to lose this for the sake of 1 more frag, when there's another round to go that they can be doing damage and they can be picking up money in on the SMGs, whatever they might want to do. So
still could be used in something like connector. Could be used in connector or B short. A lot of close ranged duels on Overpass, and that's one of the reasons why the force buy is usually so formidable. uFrag, they love having them nades, and they love having the Molotovs when they're on the 4x, the orbs coming out for them. And Adam's AWP was playing giving uFrag a lot of rounds on that T side in the previous map. Question is though, can he do the same on Overpass?
I mean, you'd assume we're going to be seeing something of that carried through.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's going to be something big for them to work off. At the moment, though, going to be a tough round. Obviously, again, with the pistols, 1 man going to be on that P90, but nothing going to be coming of it. As Hype is the only man so far to find a frag. Does manage to pick himself up an AK, but again, look at CeX. They respond to that presence.
Yeah, you C3 connector.
They just push straight through down onto the site, get the bomb done, and send a couple of guys out to hunt with the SMGs.
Yep, they see the 3 players connector. The initial reaction there is just push up A long. You know there's not really going to be anyone there. And if there is, it's 1 player. You can trade them out nice and easily. No armor on these players, just P250s. Get the bomb down, get the cash. That's going to be CEX losing one player. So moving to the first buy round, uFrag have great money. They're going to have money for the Molotovs, and this is going to be important. Do they go for the B short pressure? Do uFrag try and take away B short from CEX?
Oh. Gonna have to wait and find out, see where they're going to be positioning themselves.
It could be important.
Into this round. Could definitely be important. And at the moment it looks like we are going to be seeing a
B rush. This is the problem. They have Molotovs, and that's the Molotov. This is so key from uFrag there. The third Molotov towards Barrel. Hype can get close. Uses the smoke. They weren't expecting this close, and now they're running past him. Takes down one, sprays down another, gets some no HP. Thomas is only 3 HP, and somehow it's a 2-man lead already.
It's going to be Thomas in the 1 versus 4 now. Not a huge amount the man can do as Smooya goes down. 3 HP, a couple of flashbangs, but nothing else. And unfortunately for him, that does mean we're going to be seeing his demise, and uFrag finding themselves the first round on that first gun. Exactly what they want to be doing on that CT side. Bounce back, get your economy rolling, try and take it out from underneath CEX's feet, and then just continue to push through and win your half.
If you're CEX there, you know that uFrag have done 2 full saves, 2 full ecos. You know there are Molotovs. You have to be anticipating that Molotov towards a monster if you're going for that B rush. I mean, they chuck a smoke and a flash. They're giving it away. But regardless, Cinder playing passive, more of a passive setup. I believe they're going to try and get Simio a pick towards connector, but there's no one there for him to get it on. uFrag playing nice and passive. Actually going to be a good answer towards this T aggression.
Yeah, both teams are not really going for anything too out there right now. Taking a little bit slow. Brody C going to be the man sort of looking for a fight, but even he is unable to find one. As you said, uFrag positioning themselves in some nice tucked away little corners, not really wanting to face too much. Still going for a little bit of information, a little bit more than maybe we were seeing early on. And Adam actually now going to be falling back to the site to grab even more with that AWP. So keeping an eye on the map without putting themselves in any real danger, making sure CEX can't find the early pick to transition into a round, because this is one that they need to win to set that economy up.
The question is, do uFrag go and try and retake toilets? If they can get toilet control off of Brody C, who's playing there, he's going to have such a good read, but actually Smooya gets tagged up by Hype, and he's actually expecting that boost. Well played from him, good awareness from Hype there. But as I was saying, all it takes is, actually, regardless of that push towards toilets, it's going to be the B attack coming out from the T side.
Yeah, they've been setting up for it for a while, and now it is going to be down to uFrag to stop them coming in. Hype, first man with contact, finds himself Thomas, finds the bomb as well. Cinder going to be the next through, but nothing given to him too early on. Finally, though, he does manage to respond on Hype and going to be having a chance to help his team push through. Rezu, with the awareness, manages to take down the man on the flank, manages to gain them a little bit more security and an easier push into sight, but Brody C just flying through the air, completely shut down by Adam, as one would accept, and Cray with the lineup manages to leave it. Just Cinder, who unfortunately for his team will not be alive for long. Another nice round from uFrag, another relatively clean round from uFrag, and exactly what they need to be doing this early on in the CT side. Not only is that going to be allowing them to start to build economy up now that we see CeX back on the pistols, but it's going to be tying them up, and it's going to be putting them in a position where we can actually see them moving ahead after the pistol round loss.
And Brody C, they're completely tunnel visioning on that one kill, doesn't have any idea or any awareness about any other of the CT players around him, just opts to jump into Adam's AWP crosshair and goes down, and if he was there to cover that left side of the site, I mean, CeX could have won that round, but Adam, though, has the AWP towards outside long on A and gets the flick onto Smooya. Rezi, though, can he get the trade? Actually catches Adam off guard, didn't go far back towards long, so Cinder will get the bomb down. It's 4 for 4.
Yeah, Claw going to be trying to bring it back for uFrag, manages to find Brody C again in midair. Gives the uFrag the one-man advantage. Craig going to be trying to play off that as well, looking to see what he can do in a frag, and you can see they're trying not to give too much away, but the gun barrel going to be giving Cinder the drop he needs. Finds one, looking for the second, going to be finding it, not quite able to grab the third, but still manages to make things even. Cray, though, finds himself Rezu. And as, well, actually, sorry, Pommy finds himself Rezu, Cray finds himself Thomas. Almost simultaneously, uFrag regain control, they regain the round, and they manage to put themselves on 3, but the economy I was talking about, them trying to build in rounds where we see CeX on the pistols, not going to be faring as well as one might hope when they're losing 3 players.
They've lost 3 players. CeX, they didn't buy armor there, so they've got the bomb down, so this is going to give them great utility going into this next buy round, and they've got 5 rifles, so I imagine they might opt for a B take, maybe with a smoke, or maybe go for that connector control, or maybe just flush themselves into toilet and try retake something, not retake, but take map pressure off of the CT side.
Yeah, at the moment it looks like we're just going to be seeing them playing relatively spread out. Smooya trying to make a push through toilets, unfortunately caught by Adam. Just straight up, nothing there to help him. Adam with a frag and no real chance for the response, meaning that we are going to be seeing uFrag a man up right at the start here. Cinder going to be playing solo over towards B, hoping he can start something off as well, and he's a little bit safer in the fact that nobody's actually going to be there to shut him down immediately, but I don't know. I reckon we could still see issues, especially if the men on A can't stack up. Pommy finds himself one, but he's going to be taken down. Still, the advantage is maintained, and it's going to be up to Rezu to find Adam here and make the difference. Adam not even looking in his direction, facing down long instead. And that is where we see the A site gain control of a 2v2 setup and a chance for CEX to get that bomb down.
Hype though, towards CT, takes on that player. Rezu is going to be Thomas now in the 1 versus 2. Has the bomb, 50 seconds on the clock. He can run back towards B, but the problem is on overpass, CT rotations happen so fast, you can be there in an instant. So Crate and Hype opting to play together smart here. They don't want to have the 2 1v1s on each individual site. Instead, opting to play together to try and trade that frag and have 100% of winning the round.
And that's the thing, as soon as he plants, they know that they can move in as a pair and they can take him out. Don't give him the 1v1s, don't give him a chance. Yes, it's going to give a bit more money, but it's a round win on the board for you unless he goes crazy. And he is going to spot Hype out first, doesn't manage to find the frag, and that's what we need to see.
Really well played.
Both players facing at the same time, make sure that that frag's secured, make sure that Thomas can't really find more than one, and that the retake is going to be coming in to secure them that 4th.
So something that we see from top tier professional teams is when you're in that 2 versus 1 situation, or any 2 versus 1 situation, regardless of how many are left alive, have the first player jump, he takes aggro, he takes the spray from the original player, and you have the next player behind him just peek out, get the kill. I mean, even if it's a trade, you still win the round, but lucky for uFrag there, Hype jumping out doesn't die, so really smart play there. But the thing from CeX, you have 5 rifles, so you haven't got the AWP to battle Adam's AWP, so you smoke off toilets. When you smoke off toilets, Adam can't watch party. Instead, he falls back to the stairs there in toilets. He peeks towards connect. That's so obvious, yet Smee still just runs into his AWP scope. Bit strange. I mean, you could have a flash from your team, but that Molotov comes up from Hype, and they're going to run through. They're going to get mowed down by Hype.
Oh, Hype looking to see what he can do. Manages to find one, but he's not going to be getting too much more than that. The Molotov does some damage, and Claw going to be doing the same with the nade, but it's going to be Cray the next to find a frag with a rifle, and Claw to follow it up. Hype looking like he was maybe going to find a few more frags there, but the Molotov, again, not really picking up too much in the way of kills, but hugely impactful in terms of just demolishing their health as they charge through, letting the defense have a much easier time of getting that clear up done once they'd found the site. And obviously that means we're not going to be seeing a bomb plant, we're not going to be seeing a huge amount of money on the side of CEX, and we are going to be seeing uFrag taking that driving seat, as one might expect.
Yeah, so, I mean, one thing that CeX could do now is they know that whenever they see the flashes go over and the smoke go over, Hype will initially throw that Molotov straight away. Can CeX bait out the Molotov, wait for the nades, wait out the nades, throw their own nades, their own flashes, and then catch Hype and the other B players off guard and maybe take the site that way? But the problem is for them right now, they're 2 rounds behind, but still, comfortable game for CeX. It's 5-3. Still, not a bad scoreline. All it takes is a couple more from CeX, and they're going to be happy with this half.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? They don't have to find many, so
yeah,
they
they're not looking to win the half. They just want 6-7 rounds, and they'll be very happy. And if you win that pistol there on the CT side, I mean, you're rolling.
uFrag, though, fortunately for themselves, putting up a fairly decent CT side at the moment. If they can keep this up, if they can keep putting rounds on the board in the same fashion, if they can keep winning the buy rounds, more importantly, because at the moment CeX has only taken the pistol and the conversions, then we could see them in a great position.
So this score isn't really telling towards actually how well uFrag have been playing, winning 6 of those gun rounds. But Cinder and Co going through that smoke, trying to get onto the A-bomb site fast. Can they catch his players off guard? Cinder though takes on the first player. Pommy goes down.
Claw straight up, and it's going to be Thomas going away. A headshot puts him down for good. Brody C's managed to recover a rifle, but is whether he's going to be in the best position to use it. It's going to be these close-range pistols that you've got to watch, and Rezu's going to be showing exactly why. He finds himself one onto Claw. Smooth is going to be finding Cray as well, and that's a 3v2 situation with Adam on the AWP. As Hype goes down, Adam is just in an awful position to fight from, and you can see he doesn't want to stick around.
Smokes aren't cement walls. You can actually run through those, surprisingly. And unfortunately for uFrag, they're not really anticipating 3 players jumping through that smoke and catching those 2 players on site off guard. Cinder there with the entry. I mean, he gets replied back. He gets the refrag, sorry. But the thing is, once again, all those uFrag players are constantly rotating from CT, and those small choke points, bank and stairs, whatnot, on the CT side, so easy for the Tech9s to get those frags. And what Smee does there, he hears the reload from one of those players in bank, catches him off guard, jumps through the smoke, gets that cementing last kill, and Adam's left running off to try and save the AWP.
Yeah, I mean, and what could the man have done?
Well, I mean, you have to understand that you have to have a player go towards connect to clear out that toilet area and try and flank from behind and get a backstab kill, because you're just not going to win the retake versus all those rifles and, sorry, all those Tech9s and pistols when it's so up close. Or maybe just flash over, go for the boost like last time, but Cinder catched him out last time and netted himself 2 kills, but I haven't seen the best uses of flashes in this game so far from both sides, really.
No. Now, though, we are going to be seeing a tech pause, and maybe, well, I'd say this is a chance for them to discuss what's going on. I think actually the round just coming back in from CeX might be making them feel a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, they've still got to figure out what they're going to be doing in these gun rounds, though, in these slow drawn-out rounds that we continue to see from both of these sides because they've not managed to win any of those yet. They've had success in the pistol round, they had success in the conversions as you'd expect, they've had success in that last round where they went for a little bit of a fast play, a risky play with Tech
They went on
9s.
the full buy, yeah.
But, I mean, what do you see them doing to try and remedy the trouble that they have been having with these slow full buy rounds?
I haven't seen too much presence from uFrag towards connector. What this means is you can go towards connector, get the flank onto A. I mean, we saw Smoothie do it earlier, but he just blindly walked into Adam's scope. I mean, all you need is a flash from your teammate there, flash over the branches or over the greenery there, have the flash into mid, have Adam fall back, and once you take control of toilets, that's when you apply a lot of pressure. Have one of those B players rotate towards heaven, and once that player's heaven, you can maybe go for those nades towards B, bait out that Molotov, smoke off heaven, smoke off site, charge in towards A, take those refrags, try and get those jewels, just try to take the site that way.
Yep, Craig going to be in connector this time though, ready to shut them down if they do try and wrap through there. Finds himself Thomas, and he's going to be making sure none of that pressure comes through towards the A site. And you can see as well, now wanting to keep that advantage, uFrag are going to be playing it a little bit more passive. Rezu going to be seeing if he can flush the man out with a Molotov. It might actually work, but...
Oh, well, he gets the kill.
Yeah,
I'll take that back.
It might actually work. He
if there's a
finds
gap in
Craig,
your
Hype
favor.
has to fall back, and this is where he's going to be pushing through to see what more he can grab. Actually jumps, manages to find Hype nonetheless, and that's going to be the advantage for CEX. So a swing in the round, a chance to put this one in their hands, and a lot of pressure, as you were talking about, applied to the A site now that Toilets and Log are in their control.
And look at this now. Only one play here. If he goes down, he goes down to Brody C. It's a two-man lead now for CEX. One will go down. I mean, imagine if you're uFrag now, you're putting up your saving as you're both protecting from CT, unless you can find some early kills. If they can catch this play off that truck, there's a chance they can win this.
Yeah, if Rezu goes down, there is a little bit of a chance, and he does. Claw manages to find the man as he falls back, obviously pushed out by Pommy. But as Pommy pushes through, Cinder's going to be catching a glimpse of him. He does have to fall back to long, but that sets him up perfectly to find the man bank. No problem securing that one. It means it is going to be Pommy versus the world. Picks up Brody C to start things off, but Smooth is there with the AWP. What are you going to do?
That's an odd shot. Regardless, two players left alive for CX. Their economy is looking decently enough. Smooth, obviously the AWP player there, buys the PP, buys, and he wants to mow down some of these players and maybe get a bit of a tilt into the heads of uFrag. But, so, that round, again, so many times these uFrag players, they keep rotating from CT and then these tight choke points. I mean, lucky for them, I believe that was Rezi, wasn't too sure, managed just to net them that first early frag and give them the chance in that 3 versus 2.
Yeah, this round though, there's going to be no chance at all as they all decide to push. Obviously, just to try and find any frags they can on anybody emerging. Unfortunately for them, it does mean that a full mowdown comes into effect. One frag through, but nothing more than that, as CEX managed to find themselves a 6th round on the board. Obviously, still not too telling as it was the pistol rounds, but at the same time, on the T side, if you grab that pistol round, it means you've got less work to do to put yourself in a great position, and they've already found themselves nearing that point.
So 5 rifles coming out now from the uFrag and their CT side. Actually, this boost is such good timing. These players flash, that's an awful flash, and actually catches Smoothie on another play off guard and manages to do about 22 HP off of Thomas's health bar. And it's going to be 4 players edge towards B and no A pressure. And look at this, the push towards A. They know it's going to be this flank now coming in from Pommy. Going to decimate these T players.
Exactly, and Adam just making sure nobody can pass through connector, nobody can get back to that site without their express permission. And
Finally
look at that, Pommy from behind, he's going to be happy again. Just working in reverse of what we saw last night. And what was that from Thomas? A complete whiff on the first, but Hype can't finish him off. The frag still goes his way as CEX trying to merge on that B site. Claw shuts him down finally as Pommy starts to come in from behind, and this is where CEX should crumble. Brody C, unfortunately not on enough health to do anything, and Rezu, I think, just a little bit shocked as he's left the last alive, taken down by Claw, for the score to be all tied up.
That boost there had such great timing. I mean, the flash as well coming out from CEX. That underhand flash trying to go through the smoke doesn't quite go deep enough. Doesn't catch Claw, they're boosted up. He manages to get 1 kill and some damage onto the other. The thing is, though, when he kills Smoothie on that T side, he just wants to go. He wants to run up B short, get the peek in towards B, try and kill the player that plays towards water. And if he can, that's where the rush comes in.
This round it is going to be a fast play towards B from CEX. The boost still in effect, but not going to be successful as they don't manage to catch anybody out. Instead, it's going to be mollies towards the site to try and deny that bomb plant, and indeed they do. Rezu, unable to get it done straight away, means that there's a little bit of a chance for people to be caught out. Smoothie are going to be continuing to find frags with that AWP, but as you laugh, Rezu does get taken down by the very Molotov he was trying to avoid. So no chance to get the bomb plant in early. A lot of time for uFrag to start to reposition themselves in favorable places to get this retake underway. And Claw, look at that. Brody C straight into his sights. It's another frag. 4 versus 3. Kits, utility, everything they could possibly want, and a chance to fight this one back.
Thomas though in pit manages to get that play off guard as well. Smear chimes in. This is going to be Adam, the 1 versus 2. Probably didn't expect this considering that his teammates just fall out of the middle of nowhere and Smear gets 2 kills there. I mean, so to break down this round, let's just take a look at the scoreboard. So, what happened there was, uFrag won a round, and they maybe thought that this T economy might not have been that strong. And if the T economy wasn't strong, going to be pistols, and they're anticipating the B rush. That's why you saw the CT players give up B and play the retake and play heavy towards A. But CeX instead deciding to opt for that B rush and that force buy, and now they're skint.
Yeah, uFrag going to be back down.
Oh, I'll take that back completely. Sorry, they actually had the 4 rifles in the up. That's my bad.
Yeah, uFrag going to be back down on these pistols, not having a great time. No armor, no utility, no nothing to play with. Again, it's just going to be a case of trying to whittle down the CEX economy and take guns away from them. The problem they're going to be finding with this, Snods, is that CEX are already on 7 rounds.
Yeah, they're very happy with this. Once they get to 8, they've actually won the half,
Yeah.
and if they can win the final, it's been 9-6 on their T side. But what happened last game was, whichever team was on T side showed a lot more promising plays. Yeah, I was meant to say uFrag, unfortunately, were skint, and as they are, they have just pistols and no armor, so they're going to be the ones that reset. So, 8-6, final round of the half. What do uFrag need to do to change this up? They've gone for the long aggression. Thing is, every time they've gone for the long aggression, uFrag haven't been there, and that's fine and dandy. You can have the information and say, it's B, it's B, it's B. Thing is that CeX, they're already on the B bomb site, they've already got the bomb down. So, will they go for the long push and hope they get lucky, or will they go towards connector and see if they can get any information out of connector?
Well, it looks like we're going to be seeing a few players heading towards connector.
Oh, no.
Adam trying to work his way in, but it looks like he might be finding himself faced by a couple of players. The shot whiffed as well. He just has to run away now and hope they don't chase. Thomas does, but he finds the frag. And that's going to be too early on. Smooya now trying to see if he can get anything done, but nothing going to be coming his way. And Adam finds a second there. Beautiful play from uFrag to bring themselves back into this. Adam, especially with that AWP, looking for the third as well. Almost manages to land onto Brody C and will on the repeat. The man not expecting such aggression from the CT side AWPer. And now that means it's all on Cinder. 1 versus 5, hoping he can find something. He has the bomb next to him, but he has no idea where any of the CTs are. He has no control over any of the map, and it means he's going to have to play this so carefully, just sneaking around, tiptoeing, treading on eggshells, and hoping that nobody spots him because he can't take many fights at this point.
Yeah, so as I said there, the answer actually was connector for uFrag. CEX, regardless of whether they're attacking the A or B bomb site, usually have a player or two, Smooya especially if the OP likes to go to connector, try and find those picks that way. So uFrag, they answer back with the connector pressure and the connector aggression, and they take down those players. But actually, Cinder catches him off guard. I mean, if they keep giving him 1v1s, there's actually a chance here.
Yeah, and Cray looking like he might be the next victim as he is one man down there alone, but Cinder's not expecting the position. Looking a little bit too high there, gets caught out, and that will be the end. 7-8 to uFrag. But we've mentioned it before.
Yeah,
I'm going to mention it again now. CeX, they are sitting pretty. They don't care that they lost that last round. They're already on 8. If they can secure this pistol round, they've set themselves up perfectly.
Yeah, if they win the pistol round now on the CT and don't let uFrag get the bomb down, it's looking like it's going to be 11-7. But we saw up in last game, uFrag's T side was actually very strong. Question is, can they repeat it now? Smooya actually opting for the solo play towards A. Pushing towards connector. Actually, if he gets the info of connector, that means they know it's probably going to be B or A. This is actually very strange.
Yeah, this one looking like it's going to be a battle of the guns as there's no utility on any of the sides. Actually, the CT's even forgoing a kit, so this is a dangerous game for them to play.
Very
If
strange.
uFrag can find their way onto a site, if they can get this bomb down, it's going to be perfect, and they're working towards already. Hype going to be finding himself one, but Thomas and Smooya making sure they come back into it, making sure they continue to have that control with the beautiful USP headshots, using the range to their advantage. And look, they've folded around, they've wrapped them in, and now it's just the firing squad to face.
Such a weird CT pistol coming from CeX. That usually what happens is when you have that solo A play with the pistol, he'll run mid if he has the best spawn. He'll run mid, peek mid. If he sees nothing, he'll then go or watch the connector push as Smooya did. But the thing is, if you see 4 in connector and that's all you see, and you see no one towards A or B, you still don't know what side it is. But if you have someone peek mid and peek connector, you know which side they're attacking. So that's the only thing that caught me off guard. Smooya not playing for the information, but in the end they still win the round.
Yeah, and decisively as well. Just the guns coming out this round. Not looking like it's going to be too much different as Thomas already manages to start things off. Smooya, the man with the mag, finds one as well before going down and actually gives uFrag a weapon that's not going to be that useful to them. That's why he's allowed to go for that aggression. They're not going to be able to do a huge amount with it, and it means that we are going to be now seeing uFrag again in a tough spot. They have themselves these Glocks and a mag 7, and that's all. There's no nades, there's no nothing. And honestly, CeX aren't going to be giving it up. The 3 UMPs, maybe not the weapons you'd expect to see in a second round, but they are going to be enough against unarmored players.
Pommy in connector, praying that someone walks into his mag 7 crosshair, but actually Cinder might just do just that. Jumps up, he knows where Pommy is now. He's probably not stupid enough to walk into a crosshair of a shotgun mag 7. So yeah, not really much you can do with the mag 7, praying that someone walks into connector, but lucky, oh my goodness, opens the door, but Residay's got his back and takes down Pommy. So only one man falling there. Thing is, can they win the first buy round? Obviously, it comes after this round, so we're expecting 11-7 in favor of CEX and the 4-round lead. If they win that buy round and uFrag go reset, could be looking great for CeX.
Could well be. You're going to be expecting to see uFrag putting up a hell of a fight in the buy round, as with no bomb plant, they still decide not to invest heavily into either of these next rounds. Smooya, you just point out, going to be holding onto the pistol, I think, to get the AWP in his hand.
Yeah.
Everybody else just going to be on the SMGs, making sure they can rack up that cash. And I actually quite like this. It shows that CEX are attentive, because uFrag haven't been, today at least, buying up in their second rounds with Kevlar. So not going for that M4 does make a lot of sense, and it is going to be still continuing to net them rounds. This one actually clean, as Smooya puts in work alongside Rezu. So I don't know, for me it shows that capacity to learn, it shows that capacity to adapt how you're playing based on what you see throughout the other team. And I like that. The only time it's going to throw up a flag for me is here in the first gun round, because if they hold on to these weapons, which you'd expect them to, they're going to be hilariously under-equipped, and with Smooya investing into an AWP,
well,
that's
that
a
could be
dangerous
enough.
game.
I mean, that could be enough. We've seen it time and time again. He comes with those huge, impactful AWP frags, but going to go for the boost. Oh, actually fails it. Getting those KZ maps, mate. Fails. Oh my goodness, this is atrocious. Third time lucky? No, you. Oh my goodness.
Is John just going to keep us
there
watching
we go.
this?
Finally does it. Fourth time lucky. Regardless, he's there. He's watching a long push, and the thing is, there's actually 2 players slowly creeping into those 2 players on CT.
Oh dear, there are going to be a couple of players looking to see what they can do to get themselves set up. Everybody on the uFrag side obviously as equipped as they may like to be. CEX going to be having to take fairly passive positions, I'd say, to try and get sort of the closer things, although Rezo actually going to be taking aggressive early on, heads straight up and takes the fight with Pommy, who can't land the spray at all. Fortunately, Claw's there to grab the refrags. We do see it in a 4v4. We do see uFrag regain that advantage, but that was a little bit disastrous.
I wasn't too sure. Did they molly off tree then? They weren't. Because usually the default play when you know you're versus the lower economy, or not lower economy, but maybe the SMGs. Maybe they could have anticipated the SMGs. Just molly off tree, flash over, and Pommy there. He was expecting to play close long, but instead of tree, he was playing to that close rock. Adam trying to throw that smoke onto the B site. This will land directly in the site. Now, if these 2 players abuse that smoke, they can actually come and net themselves the round win. Question is though, what is the CT reply?
Well, Molotov out first, and then 2 players looking the wrong way. Thomas and Brody C with no chance whatsoever, both mowed down in an instant, leaving Smooya and Cinder as the 2 to fight back. And honestly, at this point, I might suggest that if they can't find anything soon, it's time for Smooya to take that AWP away at the very least. Hold on to that into the next round, try and keep that going. But it's going to be the boost first to try and spot something out, and unfortunately, Claw sees the barrel. That's not what they wanted to happen at all. Smooya obviously looking to see if they could get an early pick to see if anything was possible, but apart from that, they wanted to keep it going through, and that's just a painful thing to happen.
You see the smoke. You see the smoke, you hear the steps, and you throw the Molotov just a second too late. If that Molotov came a bit earlier, the T players would have been low HP, and that SMG from Brody C could have done putting work in. The problem is, though, they're already charging out of Monster with full HP, so his SMG was not really the best weapon to have there. So, what is their change to their setup now that they've got rifles now instead of the SMGs and the AWP on Smooya?
Well, this round we're not going to be seeing too much presence long. Instead, it's going to be concentrated in toilets and connector. Rezu keeping hold of the latter, and is that Smooya? Yeah, Smooya with the AWP, making sure toilets is covered. So a little bit more of an advanced position, a little bit less passive, a little bit more aggressive towards A to gain that information early on, and you can see why now. They can fall back. It's the thing on overpass, isn't it? There's always that option to fall back if you don't see anything, but at the moment, they probably want to be keeping on going forward. If Rezu actually decides to get aggressive, they are going to be gaining a wealth of knowledge, and they're going to be able to do something huge.
So right now, Adam has the AWP and he has the bomb. The question is, if they go for the full smoke setup, will they allow Adam to go for the pick? Actually, no, they're going to smoke off, be short, smoke off the pillar, and they're trying to wait for those Molotovs. This is what CEX should have been doing on their T side, maybe trying to wait out their utility. But the thing is, CEX haven't got Molotovs, etc. to waste.
No, these guys are running a little bit low on the utility front at this point. That was their last smoke going out there on short. Apart from that, it's just going to be flashes to hold off any advances, and that's a little bit dangerous.
And now they can actually just have the B contact now. Without the Molotovs, without the flashes. Actually, probably see playing at that pillar position. Can he stop this T attack? Catching the player in the smoke phase. Gets replied though by Claw. Cinder one facing, takes down that player. It's going to be the 2 versus 3 now. Favor of CEX. Actually, Thomas sprays them both down. Pulls from water. Mows them down as he tries to plant the bomb. It's going to be the round win for CEX. So what we saw there was the contact came out from uFrag, but it wasn't Adam with the AWP. Adam instead had the bomb. And the problem is when you have the bomb with the AWP, once you're trying to get the bomb down, it's hard to cover off those positions. I mean, if he had passed it over, maybe you could have had him watching towards water or something like that. But the problem is, Thomas there on that flank mows them both down with his M4 spray.
Still, not going to be curtains for uFrag just yet, as they do decide to come back into it with a little bit of a broken buy. Going to be lacking on utility on some players, going to be lacking weapons on others, as we see 2 Galils and a Tech 9 coming out on their side. So they are just trying to throw everything at CX right now, hoping to break them early on. And it's a question of whether it's going to work. Initially, they gain a lot of position over towards A. Not too much contest. The issue that they're going to be finding is that there will be 3 men over towards that site fairly quickly. Cinder, he's keeping himself on bout. He's keeping himself in a position where he can rotate up fast. And as Smooya finds that first frag, well, uFrag might have to rethink. If they know that they've been spotted and Smooya's in the position to do it, then this could be awful. Another frag. The rotate should now be coming, and he's just going to be ready to mow more down. Hype goes. Pommy finds one back, but it might not be enough. Smooya as well, still going to be alive in the back line, still going to be working around. Optimus with that AWP, another frag through, a 4th on the board, and he can't quite secure the ace, but a beautiful one-man hold from him.
So, as we mentioned there, Cinder there, hearing the footsteps towards A shore, opts to give up 1 player on that B bomb side and play Heaven, allows him to have the fast rotation to A, and once those smokes come in, and once the player gets spotted, Smooya getting the opening pick, Cinder can run up from the CT position, B on A instantly, and it's going to be 3 players then having the reply for the T attack, and Smooya almost getting that highlight ace there. Unfortunately for him, Cinder robs him of the kill, but he spots the shoulder there. Imagine Pommy's about just to walk into his death. Yeah. Oh, actually gets the tag.
I think that was a little bit through the wall.
No. The nades go deep enough. Down to 5-7, takes him down. 2-man leader ready for CEX.
Yeah, the wall screwing Smooya over a little bit there.
Yeah.
First the AWP shot, then the nade, both thwarted still. The frag comes in, as you said. uFrag really not with a lot of weapons to respond with. It does mean we're just going to be continuing to see CEX finding their frags in this one, building that money up, making sure nothing happens. And I mean, it's unlikely there's even going to be a bomb plant. At this point, it is going to be Cray with a P250 to watch, just to see if he can get a little bit of damage done. Yeah, the jump spot there from Mezzi. Spots his 2 players. They only got blocks and no armor, so they're just going to walk into their doom. Actually gets dinked up. Mezzi, they're getting dinked up, but chucks the molly. Doesn't really need to worry about anything. Cinder spraying down Cray. It's just going to be hype there with 21 HP, Glock and no armor. Yeah, 1 person to the body shot would do it. So 14-8, 6-round lead now for CEX, and the question is, with this buy and no AWP, actually the glass cannon AWP coming out from Cray, he's going to drop it. So Adam can get an AWP and armor.
Thing is, who picks up this AWP now? Okay, so yeah, Cray has no armor. This is very interesting. So Adam, how are you going to use that AWP? Does he want to go and face towards Smooya, try to take the battle with him, or he's actually going to go for the battle and connector?
I would say I wouldn't want to go for the battle with Smooya myself. The man has been proving time and time again tonight that he is just on fire, but this round maybe not so much. Caught out by Pommy early on, the refrag not found by Brody C. uFrag with CEX on 14 managed to start one off well. A nice way to go, as they've taken down probably, in my opinion at least, and definitely on the scoreboard, one of the most impactful players. It's just going to be about keeping that advantage going through. Thomas is going to be finding one, and unfortunately Hype peeks straight into Cinder's crosshair. Thomas again, now with the AWP, going to be looking for more if he can, and Brody C holding that same position since the beginning, just waiting for the smoke to fade, picks up another. Now it's all Claw.
So we saw Thomas's AWP earlier being a bit iffy, not even pressing mouse 1, scopes in but doesn't shoot. Thankfully though, getting 2 frags for him, Rezi will take down Claw, so it's just the match point now for CEX. So we're looking like it's going to go 1-1 tonight, unless uFrag can pull something back.
Yeah, it really is, and I mean, look at the buy.
I'm surprised. I honestly thought this was going to be 2-0.
Yeah, I know, you were telling me, but I mean, uFrag, you've got to give them props for the train game.
Phenomenal T-side from them. Very well played on their T-side. CX2, both teams having pretty shoddy CT halves themselves on train. Either pass, it seems like CEX are the more dominant side on both halves, T and CT. So, uFrag, all 4 players towards Monster. Actually, eventually just opens up connected door, has that awful spray, but takes down the player regardless. Somehow this is a 2 versus 2. I'm not really too sure how uFrag can manage the situation. Smooya walks into the crosshair, Pommy sprays him down, but doesn't quite connect it. Smooya on 2 HP. They're going to opt for the boost. Can they catch the player off planting? They smoked themselves up. It's a smart. Pommy sees the boost, knows where the last player is. They knows B shot. Bomb goes down. Nades and the kit, though, however, for Rezu.
Yeah, Rezu does have some stuff to work with, but obviously uFrag going to be having some utility themselves. A fresh smoke drop to make sure he can't push through easily. Although, actually, he's going to be trying to go for it. Drops the flash over the top. Unfortunately for him, can't quite catch Hype out. And that means that there is a man waiting for him on the other side. uFrag keep themselves in it for another round.
So Pommy there, spotting out that boost, kills Smooya. He knows that Rezu is going to be towards short. Obviously, all that happens is that player with Pommy plays the pillar position, watches Monster. Pommy at water, holds down the line at short. Rezu obviously hasn't got time to run all the way around and flank from behind them. So, 15-9, match point for CEX. It's actually with the B rush coming out from uFrag.
Yeah, the Molotov neutralized early on by the smoke allows them to gain a little bit of position. Cray and Claw take advantage perfectly, finding themselves one apiece, but now it's Cinder Show. Finds himself Cray, Hype, not ready to respond immediately, doesn't manage to find the refrag now though. The opportunity's there, and indeed he will take it. A 2v2 situation, actually, a 2v1 as Smooya finds himself Hype, and it's going to be Adam without the AWP to try and clinch this one. A nade in hand, playing for the life of his team, and he finds the first. It's just going to be Smooya now with the AWP. I think at the moment trying to use the pistol to his advantage. Peeks out. Adam can't connect the shots, but at the same time he's not dying, and that's all he needs to do. 1 HP. Smooya going to be continuing to look for it, but Adam's ready as Smooya pulls out the AWP. Another round for uFrag as they put themselves on 10. They keep themselves in it just, and they are ever so slowly whittling down the economy of CEX. Now they're at the point where they can actually start to put a couple more rounds on the board.
Only 5 rounds separating these two teams now. uFrag at 10, CEX on match point. Decent buy coming out from CEX, could be worse. 3 rifles, 2 SMGs. The thing is, how do they use these SMGs? So they opt for the close range battles in Connector or B, and actually it's going to be the B rush again coming from uFrag.
Look at Thomas straight out trying to put that SMG to use, but it's not going to happen. Hype as well going to be finding Brody C, but Smooya with the frags 2 in a row. Cray has to respond, but Smooya is still going to be there, and he's still going to be going off. 3 on the board for him already. Adam and Pommy left, and they don't know how to flush him out right now, and look at him. He wants to find the bomb planter through the smoke, and it's Pommy on 15 points of health now, having to defend against 2. Spots the first man out, manages to find Smooya, but Rez, even without the nade's going to be in a great place to take him out. Nothing he could do there, unfortunately, as CEX finally managed to end it. I've got to say, I wish we could have seen maybe a little bit more from uFrag there at the end, because they did start to pick their form up. We've seen 1 round from the first gun of that half.
I mean, they only won 3.
And then they were a little bit quiet, but the last 2 did show promise, and I think maybe, you know, had they got there slightly earlier, we could have seen a little bit of a different game coming out.